Okay, I think we're live. So, looks like we are. Gonna wait for everything to load up and all of the notifications to come in. Because you know it can never be easy. It has to start slowly. Oh, never mind. Maybe it doesn't start slowly this time. Alright, element is loaded up. I have to wait for Discord to let everyone know I'm actually, streaming. I've started at the right time, haven't I? Yeah, 7 o'clock. Okay, maybe it won't do that this time. Oh, we'll see. Hello, Raphael. How you doing?
Sleep tight. Enjoy your sweet dreams while you still can.
The cat. Hello, good evening, night. How are you doing? I wonder if I need to... I think if I look this way... See if I change this. How does that now? It works. Works better. Ish. Okay. I think everything's relatively good. I'm good. How's you? I'm doing good. Just chilling in the fine weekend. So hello, Akumaru, and hello, Tor. Hello, Tor? Hello, Tor, rather. Damn, Discord really does not want to go into the thing. Anyway. Hey, I finished the event story, so now I can't be spoiled. Nice! Also, welcome in, Sneaker. And if you don't know where we're getting a rerun of Silver Ash event soon, then Contingency Contract 11. Oh, I know of Contingency Contract 11, but I didn't know we were getting Silver Ash's event. Ah, there's the Discord. There we go. And pineapple pizza. Yeah, true. Which stage are you on now? Good question. I don't actually know. It doesn't really tell you numbers, so I'm not used to that. Yeah, it looks like we're at the courthouse. Okay, IS-4. It does tell me the numbers, I just didn't know that until I clicked on the thing. Because this entire time I've been calling them, well, as it is, Voltini Courthouse, not IS-4. But anyway, yeah, so I've already done all of the extra bits. I did that earlier because I've been in the game for like the past 3 hours trying to do IS2 because I'm still quite far behind on that one. You make an excellent point, Sneaker. I probably could have done that. Okay, anyway. There are 2 eternal truths under the sky, order and violence. Okay, Edgelord, calm down. Okay, there's a lot of single area choke points. Like, you'd think it was almost made for penance in mind. Oh god, why am I on this one? No, this one. There we go. I am probably going to need to start swapping people out soon to actual better ones, but for now I'm going to keep it as it is. got penance to E1 max. Yeah, I'm still a bit of a ways away to getting to E2. Most of these are easy. It's just going to be that one. I'm going to have to save up a bit to get 4 of them from the store. There's civilians on the right if you want to protect them. Yeah. The law is about to get real good soon. So hello from Bibili, by the way. Oh, hello everyone. Well, hello everyone. Hello, hello you from over from Bibili, and I suppose hello to everyone that eventually sees it on that website. Ah, that makes sense. Anyway, where was I? I got that bit.
Sitting around in an office won't bring about justice.
Oh, you have Billy fans? Yeah, they're oh, what's their name? Tales of the Past, or something along those lines. Loads my VODs to Billy, so there's a decent number of people that watch from there as well. Which is honestly really, really interesting. It's really cool, not gonna lie. Anyway. Laura, are you ready yet? Stop rushing me. Ugh, this dress is so tight. Wow, Exu. You haven't been chubbing up on pizza behind my back, have you? What are you even talking about? I only had 1 extra slice last night. Oh. Jesus, you think they're putting a corset on or something? Alright, suck it in. Alrighty, perfect. You're good. Done? Come on out already, let me see. Coming. We actually gonna see? Hey, it's the dress from the trailer. Whoa, you look amazing. Can say that again. One pretty lady. God, she is so aggressively southern. If only Texas was here to see you. Yeah. I knew you had it in you, though. Sorta. You made it on stage here in Siracusano mighty quick. But of course. This time, La Morte de Texas will be presented in multiple acts. We've already finished rehearsing the first one, and the opening night is the day after tomorrow. Wait, what's outfit tickets? I haven't heard of that before. If everything goes well, maybe she'll be one looking for me rather than the other way around. That could happen. Let me think. Yeah, if it comes to that, I'm definitely gonna buy pizza to slap her around a bit. Buy pizza to slap her face around a bit. Wow. Wow, Exu. You've been in Siracusa for a couple of days and you're deciding to insult the entirety of the culture by slapping people on the face with pizza. You get outfit tickets for skins you bought when they add altars. Oh, basically buy skins from someone who has an altar. for someone who has an altar, rather. You get tickets for another free skin of that same value. They don't do this anymore because you can build both at the same time now. Ah, okay. Speaking of Texas, I've been talking up the Bologna family. I hear I hear tell things have been awfully rough for him lately. Hope that ain't got hope that ain't getting okay there. Let me reread it. Jesus. Hope that ain't getting in their way. I have discovered that I cannot for the life of me read Southern American accent or dialect or whatever you call it. It's just gonna be perfectly fine. Most we can do right now is keep the faith in her. We ought to rest up before Sora's debut, though, too. I originally wanted to take a look around the city, but it feels like I've turned into Sora's bodyguard. Fight me. Wow. Hey, I've eaten my way in the free food at the theatre. Their pizza's not half bad. She sounds like Sandy Cheeks, but even more southern. Yeah, she sounds deep south. Like, not even, like, not Texas, not south, but, like, sounds more like Louisiana sort of area. Things are probably only gonna get busier from here on out, so let's go for a walk. I'll admit, I've played two altars on the same field once when I was doing an IS playthrough, and it felt weird having two of the same. Anyway, hey, did you hear? You're talking Tex, right? Huh? Right, Texas, Denton. Eh? Excuse me, did you say something about Texas? Yep, sure did. Are you interested? What happened to Texas? My boyfriend's with Familia Bologna, and I heard it from him. You know how il Ministro de Lavori Pubblici was killed a few days ago? Apparently, they found a culprit. The one who did it was the last of the Texas bloodline. I think her name was Jelinia or something. Gasp! Distraught. No way! They even decided on court date. It's the day after tomorrow. Why do I get the feeling Penguin Logistics are going to try and break her out, even though it literally is their plan to have her in there? But it just feels like one of those. And Jesus, his belt is massive. I didn't realize that before. Oh no, it's connecting his jacket. Never mind. Kind of cool that the American? The American Italian family is called Texas. Yeah, true. Make a good point there. Signor Leonduzzo, we agreed on this meeting, but you've already pushed it back several times. My sincerest apologies, Signor Wallish. But I've had too much to deal with lately. I hear you've already withdrawn a lot of your men from several areas previously under tension with other Familia. I'm worried about you. I'm glad to see you're alive and well. It's nothing major, just cutting our losses. I'm quite fond of the prudent side of yours. Don't worry. Familia Rosati has no interest in kicking a man when it's down. But there is one problem I must reluctantly bring up. It has to be about Texas. Chilinia, Texas, is back. And even one of your bodyguards? Is it really her? What if I say yes? We never knew she was alive this whole time. Back then, it was my father who saved her. I see. This was the old Don's handiwork. The construction of this new city, was from the very beginning because of the fate of the Salvadori shared with Siracusa. My father only hoped she could return to Siracusa, see the city. Such is Familia Bellone. Despite knowing full well the significance of the Texas name to Familia Rosati, you still invited her to come back so graciously. Impressive. Truly impressive. I, Wallach, can only offer my admiration. Again with your jokes. Jokes? How is any of this a joke? The news that Signorina Chilinia, not Chelenia, is still alive means a great deal to us Rosatis. No matter how the Bologna see it, we are in your debt. Our two familia will see this new city built hand in hand. What debt is there to speak of? Very good. I love it. By the looks of things, Fratello, you've been waiting for me this all this time. Tell me, what is it you want? Simple. For the Rosatis to stay out of this. Oh? You want us to stand aside and watch the last Texas go down? That's not going to fly with the boss. After the trial is over, she'll be held in custody, and you'll still be able to see her. Just see her? She's our guest. But she could also be yours. Alright, the deal. Oh, it's gonna be him? There he is. Oh, it's gotten bad. I am now excited to see the villain. Or the potential villain. So, this is when you decide to reveal Chilinia. Yeah. That's certainly unexpected. Was it Lavinia's idea? No. There's no way for her to know that Chilinia wasn't the murderer. Knowing her, this isn't a decision she'd make. Leon have convinced her. Never mind. In any case, I didn't expect this card to get played. Dimitri, what are we doing now? Karma's moral compass leaving his body when Hot Man shows up. Look, I'm a simple man. I see pretty person. I fold. What moral compass? Oi! Moral compasses mess up near strong magnets. Oh, that is smooth, actually, not gonna lie. Him. Oh god, guys. Anyway. Time to rub out Chilinia. Do you have any idea how many heavies she put down during the chaos that broke out 7 years ago? But an ambush, explosives, or a good old-fashioned poisoning. We might have a way. If evil, why hot? True. But don't forget to take into account whoever invited her back. Whoever they might be, it undeniably was a clever move. Those with oropathy bands usually got a good chance of being playable sometimes. Well, I did wonder, because I was wondering if it was Rhode Island specific one, kind of like with what Leon has. Like, you can tell they basically just took his operator model and didn't change anything. Like, he's got the Rhode Island stuff. but apparently this one's just a general one that they can buy from elsewhere. It just happens to be blue and black. But it's interesting. Why do they have it, by the way? They're not infected. Well, I think the black on his cheek is crystals, aren't they? It doesn't look like a tattoo. It looks like it's sticking out. Now that things have come to this, we're forced to resort to more brutal methods to put this trial on ice. At the end of the day, our goal is to plunge this city into chaos. From the very beginning, we've been here to provoke Signora Cecilia. Hello, Merwind. Now, all we're doing is taking another step forward. Gotcha. I feel like this man, his hair is going grey the more he talks to this bloke. he just looks permanently stressed. I know that's just the generic sprite they've used, but still, he just looks like his entire existence is nothing but stress. Ooh, someone else has joined. If you ask me, I think there's another option. Who's there? How did you get here? Wait, you didn't even know who this... When did you figure out what he was doing? What? What? When? I swear. A henchman? True, yeah. Yes. And it's right. I forgot Dimitri spoke to the henchman in person. That is true. But she still had to figure out where he was and what they were doing and all that. Running question for the entire event. How the fuck does Lapland just randomly drop by every major event? Yeah, she's just there. God. I swear, she's a force of nature that's like 10 parallel universes ahead of everyone else. Yeah, I remember now that that they were talking because they spoke to him. He was the one that warned them about stuff, and then people or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, Lab stealing the show again. Yep. Whatever you're doing sounds like fun. If I join in. Come in. Director, did you hear the news about Texas? I did. But now, do you have any clue what's going on behind the scenes? I got the news from Judge Lavinia's own announcement. Lavinia, the judge who helped me, she doesn't seem like the type to lie, but... Are you going to postpone your debut? Could you please help me come up with something? I at least want to see her first. And regardless of whether or not your debut can be pushed back, I want to know what happens when you do see her. Signorina Sora, I remember you said you came to Siracusa with 2 friends to look for her. You always believed in the woman you knew, that she was truly who you thought she was. But now, you know her hidden past. You've been forced to learn that the woman you've been chasing might be an entirely different person. Say you go see her, what then? What are you going to say to her? And what's she going to say to you? If that's the way things are, then maybe it's my own fault. Maybe I never knew her well enough. Even if she was clearly keeping something from you, that depends on her reason for doing it. Anyway, Mr. Bernardo, showbiz is a big melting pot, and I've met all kinds. She has got a good point there. It's way too hard to be the person you claim to be. At least, I don't think I can pull it off. I always think to myself, one day I'm going to turn into someone I'm not. So, I never expect it from other people. Everybody has their secret. I do, he does, and I'm sure you do too. She wants to keep her mask on until the very end, then that's the side she wants me to see. Isn't that also genuine in its own way? Absolutely. Also, maybe I didn't express myself clearly enough. I'm not looking for Texas so I can give her a piece of my mind. Not at all. The four of us lived together in Longman for almost 6 years. 6 years. Precious to me beyond words. And I sincerely believe they're just as precious to her. Still, she left without saying goodbye. I should be upset over that. Oh, should I be upset over that? I sort of answered for her there. I'm not. I'm worried sick about her. Exu and Croissant would say the same thing. Sorry, a friend we all need, to be fair. True. That's why we came to Siracusa. If she's caught up in some trouble, then we're going to bail her out. Secrets. You won't even tell us what race you are. Oh, is she not a cat? I thought she was a feline. Not gonna lie. Because of the ears and then the fact that she hissed earlier. Unless that wasn't an actual hiss and it was more like the sound effect. Like, you know, that sort of thing. Like, you know, when people, quote unquote, hiss. Maybe. If the weight of her past is enough to make her crumble, we'll be there to share that burden with her. Through many plays, the fate of Familia Texas is known far and wide, even if rumors of Chilinia's death were exaggerated. Her past is likely much deeper than you can imagine. I know. But we haven't heard it from her directly. She has to tell us what she thinks herself. Only then, if she still decides to part ways with us, after everything we've been through, only then can I say goodbye without a weight on my heart. Only if I try my best, I can move on without any regrets. Well, I'd probably still have some regrets, but they wouldn't be that bad. You just speak with a great deal of wisdom, Signorina Soda. I'm just trying to come up with excuses for my bravado, that's all. Sorry, is Terra Hatsune Miku confirmed? Oh dear. You are right though. If I went to see her right now, I don't think there's anything I'd be able to do for her. What? No, it's fine. Okay. Actually, I was ready to agree to your request. After the trial, you will see her. I can promise you that. But really? But for the time being, you will have to keep waiting. Thank you so much. I've got to get ready first. Unfortunately, I won't be there to see your debut in person. Huh? You're not going to watch? That's right. I'm afraid I have something important to do that day. But don't worry, I've already prepared the best possible stage for you. Thank you. I'd better get going then. See you. Oh, he's still there. What's he going to say now? Ooh, that's a concerned face. Bernardo walks over to the shelf and pulls out a book. A legal codex wrapped in thorns. Wait. Surely he's not a member of the legal system. Unless maybe he was at some point and then became a director or something. Bernardo gives the vibe of someone who just wanted to be a director instead of a mafioso. Well, probably. I mean, he's linked to the Bolognas, but he doesn't seem to actually be part of the Bolognas, or at least, like, not directly. So I'm assuming he probably is just a director, but linked to the Bolognas because, I don't know, maybe they control the area or something along that lines. Anyway, legal codex, interesting. Okay, I'm thinking he was in law at some point. He remained silent for a long time until finally he places a call. I hope he's only talking to Dimitri because Dimitri happens to be an important person within the Familia and not because he's part of that side of things. Dimitri, tell her. Just say I agreed. The boom, thunder surges outside the window. It seems to augur the heavy rain about to come. Oh, that was actually a shorter cutscene. And yes, I really am surprised about that sort of thing.
Fear not! Here I come!
Okay, I imagine there's going to be someone up here. Wow, you're weak as fuck. Do you mean the cutscene didn't take an hour? Impossible. I'm definitely going to try to get E2 relatively soon. Oh, I am actually going to need to put someone down now. That's going to take...
Can you do it? I'll charge to face me!
That's the wrong person. There we go.
You'll have to try harder than that. I'll charge. Who's next?
Okay, there we go.
Mission accomplished.
Well, now that disruption in the cutscene has finished, let's continue. As far as she was concerned, she's always lived life the exact same way, but to other people, she was just like a Syracusan. She was just like a Syracusan? You didn't know? Oh, was she just like a Syracusan? I don't know. All she remembers is that he once said to her grandfather, people who keep going on and on about how life in Siracusa is nobler, or about life in Colombia is nobler, are all full of it. To which she laughed heartedly. A high-profile case of Ministro Kadachi's assassination is about to be heard in a court. But it seems that only a small number of invitees are being allowed inside the courtroom for security reasons. Everyone else is waiting around the Rione della Giustizia for the outcome of the trial. The courthouse is encircled by guards, but nevertheless, large crowds has formed. It appears that the death of Ministro Kadachi has touched the hearts of its citizenry. We will continue to report on this situation as it develops, so stay tuned. Sora, are you ready? Mm-hmm. You two can go, if you want, while I'm performing. That's alright. Even if we showed up, it's not like we'd be able to get in. Yeah. All we can do is sit tight and wait for the verdict. And you break a leg out there. Don't worry about me. I'm already in the right headspace. Alright, are you ready? Almost time for curtain. I'll be right there. Volsini Courthouse. Quiet, please. Court is now in session. The outcome of today's trial will be made public to all citizens of Volsini. The case being heard today is the assassination of Ministro de Lavori Pubblici Kadachi. Bring the defendant to the stand. Oh, that's Texas. Look at the color of her eyes and hair. There's no mistaking it. It is a Texas. What in the Deus Ex Machina Cyberpunk 2077 are you? You look like you're straight out Blade Runner. What the fuck are you doing here? Judge Dredd looking motherfucker. Sleep. Come on. How is she still alive? She murdered Grachi? Silence! Kill you! Again. Valenci. Anyway. Delinia, Texas. You were present at the murder of Ministro Kadachi. I was. I planted the bomb and detonated it as Il Ministro de Lavori Pubblici was walking by. She straight up admitted it? This is the last Texas. All the mighty have fallen. I would honestly buy one of... I don't use, like, the sleeping blindfolds, but I honestly would get one of those if it looks like that. What was your motive? I had none. Who gave you the order? No one. In other words, you acted alone? Yes. Impossible. How'd you get your hands on a bomb? When did you have the opportunity to plant it? Does that matter? You come to take revenge for Familia, Texas. Objection. That's a leading question. You don't ask. You don't ask it. Answer for someone. So hello, Exist and other Exist. No, but Your Honor, I've confessed to everything. I believe there's no need for these two mafiosi in the juror's box to be so rowdy. Oof. How dare you? Can we just skip all the boring procedures? Oddly enough, she's now in her bid to pretend to be the villain, she's kind of acting like a calmer version of Lapland. Just see, can we skip the boring procedures? Hot. Huh? Leon, what are you still doing here? Imagine Lap in the courtroom disguised as a guard or something. That would be hilarious. Not gonna lie. Also, that'd be an epic opportunity for a skin. Just Lapland in guard uniform. Anyway, thought you'd be at the courthouse. Is it really so surprising, Dimitri? Would you like a drink? Let's skip the morning booze. I'll prepare something. I'll prepare some refreshing fruit juice for you. What is he, 10? Get me a whiskey, the strongest we have. That's more like it, my boy. And then, answer my question. How'd you guess? Yeah, calm down. He hasn't even asked the question yet. Don't immediately go into confirming it. Simple. The attack on me and the assassination on Karachi both prove that someone wants the Rodici Familia at each other's throats. And as Lavinia is a Bologna spokeswoman on the topic, she can't be allowed to find the murderer, or she would be able to bring the situation under control. Therefore, now that Lavinia has arrested Lavinia and Celinia, how many Inyas are there in Italy? The other side can't let the trial proceed. So, what has happened to Lavinia? Fortunately, things didn't work out for you. You might have realized it yet. Might have not realized it yet, but she's already influenced you a great deal, making you question your decision more and more. And through her influence on you, you might believe that she's capable of something. I have to nip that flight of fancy in bud. I suppose it's quite easy for him to admit that he betrayed the family because in his mind he's doing it for the betterment of the family. And for a lot of people who do that, there's always that delusion that if you explain yourself, it will justify what you do. And like, maybe it'll make him realize, oh, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I will now do what you say, sort of thing. Like sometimes they sort of do that. Although if we're going to be talking about stories, normally it doesn't work. Normally it does not work for the character when they do that. Funny how you talk all confident like. Actually, Leon, doing this brings me no joy or peace of mind. I didn't want to wait to the very end to tell you the outcome, force you to accept. So, just like you said, fortunately, things didn't work out for me. That didn't stop you. We can't take all the time in the world settling the score. We can take all the time in the world, never mind. Speaking of which, the safest option was to have Familia die mysteriously on the eve of the trial, but that didn't happen, proving that the other side is afraid of her. After all, even if we set aside her being the last hexless, he is still a guest of Dawn. In other words, only ones willing to let this opportunity slip by are from this Familia. Lo and behold, nobody made any attempts on Shalinia's life yesterday. What if the other side anticipated your trap and purposely held off? If they're set on challenging Signora Cecilia's authority, you'd expect there to be a lot of commotion. So I did a bit of research into which Familia have been the most active over the last couple of days. And it turns out, you, Dimitri, are behind all of this. I must admit, I did not expect Signorina Gelinia to stand trial for someone else's crime. I figured it wouldn't make a difference whether or not she was involved in our plan. But by the looks of things, I really should have thought that part through. Don't be too hard on yourself. If she didn't come out and say she was fine bearing the stain of this crime, I wouldn't have thought of it either. It's a way they're so formal and talking to each other about it as well. So in that case, you should show her your gratitude. Of course I will. But before that, I have to ask, why, Dimitri? Isn't it obvious? I'm the traitor in the Familia. I'd be more willing to believe that everyone else is a traitor before you. These guys are like childhood friends, right? I'm of the opinion that yes, or at the very least they are very close. Because, yeah, I mean, to be fair, Leon is quite level-headed anyway, so I think he would show this amount of sort of like courteousness regardless of who it was. At the very least until the conversation had ended. But at this point now, it does feel like they've got quite a history together. I mean, I'm assuming he's been with the Familia for a while, and probably been his aide by his side for most of that time. Or like how some families, you know, your servant literally grows up with you, or like, you know, your aides or your advisor, that sort of stuff literally grows up with you. So it could be a bit of both. If I can't trust you, then who? Oh, he actually looks upset. Leon, what do you think about this new nomadic city? Obviously, it's a new way of dividing up the spoils. Whoever has the last laugh will be the big winner. Sure, but I see it more as a testing ground for Signora Cecilia. Let the Dodici Familia fight amongst each other here in the name of building a new city. The new generation of cubs vent their repressed violence, while the old wolves turn their eyes to a new prize. Pretty great, huh? If Columbia's return to the fold, the stagnant cesspool that is Siracusa gets a new lease of life. No matter who wins in the end, it all works out for the woman at the top of Grey Hall, Signora Cecilia. Do we ever... I hope we get to meet her. I want to see what she looks like. Yeah, that's another thing, Louise. They're both, like, they are both clever enough to be quite... And, yeah, like, level-headed enough to be quite, courteous about all of this. Even though they're literally talking to traitors right now. It's like, you know, have the conversation, see eye to eye, that sort of thing. See, I would absolutely hate if that's the case, but at the same time, I can legit see, like, Lapland just turning into a swivel chair to reveal herself, and it's literally just her, but in like fancy politician's outfit. Wait, you don't mean... You've done a great job these past few years. You suppressed the other Familia and took control of Il Ministero dei Lavori Pubblici. If things keep going that way, the Bolognas will get the last laugh. But what will it accomplish? Our Familia gets absolute control over this nomadic city, and after that, back to business as usual. And you want more than that? Or rather, he wants more than that. He? Oh, the Don, perhaps? Since Grey Hall was established, since the Dodici Familia were prohibited from warring against one another, who's really been intent? Used to be hungry, unscrupulous wolves, and the struggles between our Familia were bloody and endless. Now, newest generation of cubs is all nice and comfy in their shackles. They're used to coexisting with other Familia. They find solutions to conflicts. They argue with each other in Grey Hall over what you call dividing up the spoils. I mean, okay, this is a good thing, though. You kind of want your country to to stick together and not immediately fracture apart because everyone wants to fight each other in the street. We've all seen what happened to New York back then. We never did any of that. No need to. So he wants to overthrow Grey Hall? But how? One individual has allowed the Familia to act independently, but she will never permit them to violate her ironclad law. There can't be any fighting in broad daylight. We were about to win, and only under these conditions could our sudden fall from power get the attention of the jealous Familia. Wolves fight, that's nature. But they don't hold back at the smell of blood, no matter how domesticated they've become. They tear into each other, claws, fangs and all. That's how we get this particular individual to step out of Grey Hall. And we'll all be waiting for that one moment. The crisp sounds of glass shattering echoes across the empty room. The pup is unaware of the wounds caused by the splinters. We'll get the last laugh, Leon. And when we do, we'll control more than just the new city. We'll have all of Siracusa. That's what your father... Ah. Okay. That's what your father, Bernardo Bellone, who single-handedly made the Bolognese the most powerful of the Zoldici Familia, wants for us. You're wrong. Huh? I haven't stopped you. Or I guess I should say you still have a backup? You still have a backup plan, right? You knew from the very beginning that you'd be found out. You waited here for me on purpose. Motherfucker, of course it's Bernardo. For God's sake. Oh, I won't be able to watch the debut. I've got something more important to do, like trying to take over the entire country. You know, just small director's thing. The reason I'm here is because I figured I had to face up to your anger. I owe you an apology, both as your closest friend and as your soldier. Well, that answers my question from earlier. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I at least want you to know that I didn't sleep well doing what I did. Oh, boo-hoo. I betrayed you. I stabbed you in the back and slit your throat, but oh well, it was awful for me. Stop talking like you're giving a victory speech. I lost, Leon, really. But maybe it's just the kind of place Siracusa is. Just maybe Don's ambitions were right. Oh, don't get me wrong, I know he's telling the truth. I don't think he's lying. It's just, you know, I don't feel sympathy for you. Just because you feel bad about betraying a friend doesn't mean I'm gonna feel sympathetic for it. You still chose to do it. And you agree with it. That's the difference. You're not just doing it because it's your job, you're doing it because you agree. Also, hello, Kato. Just as I was about to admit defeat, he appeared. Who? A lunatic. And that explains why Lapland fights literally everyone. Okay. Tell me, Gambino, can you guess the best way to ruin somebody's day? I really hope Gambino says something along the lines of you making an appearance. Please, Gambino, please have the balls to say that. Merwin, don't you dare. Huh? Take his head clean off, right? Oh, you dumbass. You could have... Okay. But what do you think, Cabone? Find his friends and family. Kill them one by one, put him down, and treat him to a slideshow of their pictures. Jesus, both of you are just really unimaginative. You could have burned Lapland and she would have probably laughed. That's why I always say you two will never amount to anything. I agree. Then let's hear your bright idea. His faith, my friends. Faith. You destroy his faith. Destroy? No. How could you destroy a man's faith with your hands? That can't be done. But you give him gentle push and let him watch his faith fall right out of the sky. And then, whoosh. Crash. It shatters into a million pieces. And how do you get a man to shatter his faith so easily? Oh, no, you misunderstand me. Faith is pure and clean, but life is filthy. So easily? The better question is, how could it be hard? So, this have something to do with us getting you that truck? Why is there a truck? Okay. I get it. You're gonna run over that judge to shake up the text, right? Does she come across as the sort of woman who'd break down over one dead judge? What are you gonna do then? You're the Lapland who was exiled from Familia Saluzzo. Why are you here in Volsini? Wait, how do you even get back to Siracusa? Don't you know how the Bolognas have a connection with Gelinia that nobody knows about? I got me a connection with Saluzzo name that'd make you wreck. I got me a connection with Saluzzo name. Ooh, I wonder who. Wait, you seen them? No, we haven't. No, you're here on their behalf. You could say that. By the way, I think you probably put the weapons you have under the table. Dying here won't do you or your plans any good. Let's make a deal, Bologna Cub. You want the case dismissed, don't you? I can help with that. I know this guy is like he looks a bit more mature. He looks a bit broader. I get the feeling he's actually around the same age as Leon. I don't know. Part of me just makes me think like they both grew up together. Like it just makes me think that they're probably actually not that far apart age-wise. Is that? What about Alberto Saluzzo? Oh, is that what Alberto Saluzzo wants? How is it that I'm able to read one word, but then read it as two separate words consecutively? How do I do that? Okay, anyway. I'm his daughter, and I know him better than anyone. Haven't you been dying to find out exactly what I'm doing back in Siracusa? It's simple. You need her to understand that Siracusa is a swamp. You don't get to just wade your way out. It goes for all of us. As such, you confess to having committed all of the aforementioned acts. I was. Very well. I hereby could proclaim that Chilinia, Texas, is guilty of murdering Ministro Caracci, Ministro de Lavori Pubblici. Am I? Am I really? It looks like I'm peeking my microphone, though. It doesn't look any different. Sounds fine to me. Fine to me. Okay, check your audio on your PC and your YouTube just in case. Sounds fine. Alright, this has happened before, though. I know people have said it sounds fine in the past and there was an issue, so I'm gonna wait for now to see if anything else happens. I pronounce you. What's going on? Is Lapland going to drive into the courthouse? Oh, God. Okay. Well, let me just add one filter. Very end. Gain. And I'm going to whack this up a little bit more. Sorry to all the people who said that I sound fine. I just don't want to risk this again. I'm putting it up at 9 decibels higher. Hopefully that doesn't make me sound worse. I'm deaf. Oh, God. I'm definitely peaking the microphone now, though. So I don't really want to do this. Third of that, so I'm going to put it at 5 then. How's that sound? That was a jump scare. Sorry. It's really weird. I don't understand why it's fine for some people but not for others. Because I've got... My volume is at 50 for my computer. My headset's at about 50. I have YouTube on about 50 and I hear myself fine when I listen. I don't understand. Anyway, sorry about the delay. Let's move back on. What's going on? What's that sound? Anybody else hear that? It's an engine. We're in a courthouse. How could that... For the mafiosi of yesteryear, the unspoken rules were held above all else. No violence in broad daylight. Signora Sicilia. Wait, is it Sicilia or would it be Sicilia? No, it is Sicilia. The I is a S sound, if I remember correctly. Place the shackles of the law around the necks of the Familia. Thus, a court of law was erected in every Syracusan city. In Siracusa, the courts stand for Grey Hall's will. And the judges are executors of Signora Cecilia's will. The judges inevitably find themselves controlled by the Familia, sometimes even submitting to them. However, every judge knows there is one line that cannot be crossed. They must prevent fights between the Dodici Familia. Just as the Dodici all know... Oh no, it would be Dodici. No, it is Dodici. Maybe it is Sicilia. I know. See, I say Sicilia because Sicily in Spanish is Sicilia. But just as the Dodici all know their every move is always under the watchful eye of Signora Sicilia. Thus, a delicate balance of power is established through the courts. But now... Smash through the wall. When they said truck, I was thinking of like, you know, a big van type truck. I wasn't expecting like a full-on lorry truck. She just smashed a manure truck into the place. A declaration of contempt for Signora Sicilia. A mockery of the very laws of Siracusa. With an engine roar, squeezed between bouts of high-pitched laughter. Of course. Lap lives in a society. She is the Joker. Maybe not as evil, but she is the Joker. A truck ripped through the wall. And even after crashing its way inside, the engine does not stop. By the by, have you seen the third animation of the animation? The third animation of the animation? I haven't seen it yet, no. Apparently there's some spoilers in it for the event, so I'm probably going to watch it towards the end of the event. As if proclaiming to others, this is no mere accident, but rather by design. Watch it at the end. Okay, yeah. That was mainly what I was thinking of doing. What's going on? What's a truck doing here? I'm sorry, if a truck's just smashed into the building, you're not going to be looking at it like, this should not be here. What's it doing here? No, you're making a beeline to the exit. Who's the driver? Get out of there this instant. Not bad. Now that's the face I wanted to see. Who the hell are you? Also, can you just imagine old man Saluzzo just like watching this unfold with like a twitch in his eye, his hair growing even grayer? Ah, yes. Buongiorno, signore e signori. Okay. Wait, which one's sir and which one's madam? I'm assuming signore would... Lady and gentleman, or I don't know. I don't know how it works. Signore is probably sir. Okay. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lapland Saluzzo. Luzzo. I am also Kadachi's true assassin. Signore is ladies. Okay, guys, both of you. I've gotten multiple people now saying it's either one. Alright, signori is gentleman, okay. Signore is lady, okay. I mean, Karma, this is Siracusa. People go back to the restaurant after a gunfight in the to get their order. True. Oh, my eye twitching. Also, this has just thrown a massive wrench into the plan. Breaking news. Just now, someone drove a truck into the courtroom. The woman who carried out this jaw-dropping deed has just identified herself as Lapland Salutso, and she claims to be the one who really assassinated Karachi. At present, Judge Lavinia has suspended the trial and detained the individual. We will continue to track the latest developments, so don't go anywhere. This guy again. You're giving me the urge to play that one video game. What was it called? That horror game with the private detective or the detective or whatever. When the people no longer recognize the stench of blood as blood, it becomes a natural part of society. Let this be a poignant wake-up call. Poignant? Poignant. Oh, Evil Within. Yes, Evil Within. In a city where even the sewers are choked with conspiracy, or choked, and spilled blood, such fascinating developments can still take place. I don't give others credit for something I did. Honestly, yeah, I imagine Lapland would be annoyed. Poignant means poignant in English. I know, but I've never actually said it out loud. I mean, I've always read it as poignant, but I don't actually know if that's how it sounds. I just sort of roll with it. Oh, wolf with a yearning for wilderness. You never fail to surprise. Wait, is he talking about the actual wolf spirit that likes the wilderness? But will you break free of your shackles? That I do wish to see. Who are you? Why? Over a dozen mobsters lie on the ground, howling. What? Did I get a Roman centurion? I mean, sure, I guess. Not sure what that is, but go for it. The only ones... Well, I know what a Roman centurion is, I just don't know what it is in this context. Anyway, the only one still standing is a girl holding a longbow. Okay, you now give me vibes of either Artemis or something from Celtic mythology. I never knew City of Wolves were this weak. Agnes was right. She pauses briefly, then suddenly turns to sniff the air. It's coming from the direction of the warehouse. Are there other wolves from the wilds in this city? I guess they chose wolves based on the Roman creation myth. Yeah, if I had to guess, probably something along that line, but I don't know. There's something about her that also well, the Roman is probably why I thought of Artemis, but it's probably more so the Roman version of Artemis. I can't remember if Artemis is Artemis or if she has a different name in Roman. But there was something else about this that makes me think of like some of the Celtic hunter women in like the myth. Oh, I mean for wolves in Syracuse in general. Oh, okay. No, this is not Scent of the Wilderness, but very close to it.
ちょうど夕日が見頃だよ。あの辺で少し座ろうか。
Hey! Yeah, sure, I'll do you. Well, not literally. Well, not literally. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly. Okay, there we go. No, Zom. I didn't mean it to sound like that. Oh, God. Eh. A man is walking briskly along the road, and behind him follows a youth dressed in black. Among the crowd, they subtly fall into sync. Senor Ministro, I wanted to ask you, but I want to talk to you about your thing. I was thinking it's something you'd want to take care of quickly. Wouldn't it? Or wouldn't want it plastered all over tomorrow's tabloids. In a few days, it might even get adapted into burlesque or burlesque. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be competing with Dimitri. I think he will kill me, quite literally. I really don't want to lean into the old ways here. All I need is an agreement that you'll return the favor when the time is right. His lip curls with a faint joy of a persuaded man, but he quickly suppresses it with a proper expression of being threatened. I have no idea what you were talking about. Please, don't bother me again, especially not in public. Raphael, shush! Right, oh yeah, just go out. Recompense. Quattro pellone. No, yeah, quartiere pellone. Oh, hello. Leon Tuzzo pushes open the door of the study. There are already mafiosi inside waiting for his response. Wait till Bigger Sticker is about this. Oh, I need to rewatch Life of Brian. And most of the Monty Python stuff, actually. The job didn't go well. But that tells us he's not about to get won over by the other Familia either. Signor Leon Tuzzo. We're not in such bad shape. Call Dimitri over. Well. Recompense. Oh, speaking of the devil. Want an apple? It's a stubborn paper pusher. If he's not ready to get with time, we'll just have to go with the tried and true method. Want me to come along? I guess. Sounds like you want an excuse to get a little workout, huh? Dimitri is standing next to him, raises his eyebrows. Oh? I was almost expecting you to say something about principles. I've had some things on my mind, that's all. Like what? He felt like he deserved more from us. Still, I want to find a path of least resistance. Let's go. They talk like an old married couple. You're just going to give me his side story immediately? We haven't even finished Leon's side story. At all. We're here. Alright, let me handle this. Okay, he's on board. He'll see you tomorrow. You didn't have to do anything? So the guy was sobbing and cradling his little pet. Besides, I would have felt bad taking a shower in somebody else's house. Must have been a real shock for him to find out halfway through his meal that all his guards had been replaced, top to bottom. I doubt anyone would care if this guy sitting across the table had blood on him at that point. What a damn shame, though. Took pretty good care of that pet. Since he's working with us now, we'll have to find him another one. Yeah, I don't like this. God, why is this guy giving out soliloquy? I'm no longer interested. Dimitri closes the door. A thick wooden boundary separates him from the conversation between father and son. Leon, the Don told me his plans. I'm sure he'll lay his ideals into you again. That way, you'll get what it is we're doing here, and how weak and stupid what you're doing is. When he told me everything, he really was a spitting image of what a Don should be. He was sitting on his couch with a glass of wine on the table in front of him, but he felt like he was seated on a throne. That was the day I realized Siracusa became too tame. We never should have gotten comfortable under his rule, giving up the spoils he let us take under the rules she made. The Familia ought to bite, hair, fight, and steal for the largest slab of meat and carve it up the way they see fit. That's what the Don taught me. Okay. Where am I going now? Here. Oh, it's just a cutscene, okay. Lapland goes to jail in Texas's place. Leon Tutso sees the Signore De Lupi, and Thora realizes that the member of the audience she spoke with was the author of La Morte de Texas. Wait, Signore De Lupi? Would that possibly be Cecilia? We'll see. No one told me life was going to be this way. No one told me about this. Me neither. Did she act on her own? Don't worry about it. I chose to let her do it. Don Alberto? But why? A gold coin can mean very different things in different circumstances. The Bolognas will not have their way. What's the little smirch on our reputation if it means we cut another piece of flesh off Bernardo? Understood. What should we do now? Prepare my car. I'm going to see my daughter. Oh wait, no, Signore would be his heir is male, right? So, oh no, so still Signore De Lupi. No, never mind. It's still De Lupi. I don't think that's. I don't know. Maybe it is him. I don't know. But yes, Don Alberto. By the way, where is Dan Brown now? Dan Brown? I think he's working at a car wash. Signore Singular is male. Yeah, okay, so Signore Lupi is not the person I was thinking it was. Wait, and female is plural. Okay. Interesting. Give me the address. Are you calling him back? I never permitted him to leave the Familia. Understood. And prepare a banquet. Or a feast for the heir to Familia Bellone. That smells like a trap. I don't like that. This is the best Arknight event yet, just finished. Honestly, I'm really liking it so far. Let me go. Wait, why are you in prison? Wow. Wow, Lapland. Wow. there, there was absolutely no reason for her to do that. This does not even need to happen. Which, wow. She decided, no, I want some company. Wait, do they even allow them to mix in this prison? Wow, she is the ultimate troll. There was no reason to do this. Like, they didn't do anything wrong, they didn't go against her, they did everything she wanted her to do, she's just doing it for the lols. I wouldn't even be surprised if she then breaks them out afterwards. Like, just to mess with them. Okay, we caught the assassins, thanks to Lapland's tip-off. Tiploff. Yes, Tiploff. I've now got a name for a character for a fantasy game. Tiploff. Anyway. They've been identified as having taken part in Leo Tutsto's assassination. Do you two know her? Hey! Nothing good ever comes of dealing with you, Lapland. Look on the bright side. It's not every day you get to sit in a Siracusan cell. Lock him up. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Oh, God. You were the one who waylaid Familia and ordered the bombing of Karachi. That's still your story. You sure are persistent, aren't you? Don't you and Bologna want to get this case closed as quickly as you can? Does it matter if it was me or Texas who did it? You really should hang me, Your Honor. No, don't be one of those that are into those kinds of things, Lapland. You're not in, no. I'm just a pawn. My Familia cast aside. Surely you can do it. Imagine the positive impact that my death will hold on justice in Siracusa. Isn't it worth a try? I don't know what you're planning, but I'll do exactly that if you really are the culprit of if you really are the culprit. Sure, why not culprit? Lapland's Lutzo. First, someone I have to see. Welcome back, Don Bernardo. Take a break. You've been working hard. Yes, Don Bernardo. Oh, this is going to be a perfectly calm and chill family get-together, isn't it? Surely there'll be no I am the father here, or anything like that. Not happy? How could I be? Come with me. But there are things that you have to know. Ah, yes. We are here in Camelot. Why did you bring me here? My lord. Oh. Ah, yes. Signore Lupe. Lupi. Nardo. Why are you Bernardo, are you asking me to tame your unruly cupboard now? He just needs to understand something. What are you? I am ill, Signore de Lupe, cub. Intuxo feels a daze at the words, Signore de Lupe. Fragments of knowledge and memory rush into his mind and take shape. Ah, fucking bright. The Signore de Lupe, sovereign of beasts, brings beings that were never born. They have existed since time immemorial. Zaro, sovereign of beasts. He and his kind were born witness to the path that the wolf pack treads on the wilderness. They are engaged in a killing game, guided by their own nature. The Signori de Lupe are immortal. They gain no satisfaction from fighting amongst themselves. They have set rules for their game. Each Signore de Lupe grooms a human unto the others. Okay. In that context, that word is fine. It's just, Those are the fangs of Signore de Lupe. A, not Del. The one with the last fang standing becomes the alpha. Signore de Lupe. I always read that as Del. Hunt. Fang. Could it be? Your father has been an excellent fang. Does this basically mean Texas is Emperor's fang? Which may also explain why he was so annoyed at Zaro sort of headhunting her. Well, I mean, to be fair though, then again, Emperor doesn't seem to actually care about the game anyway. He's sort of gone away from it, so maybe not. You don't really need a fang if you're not actually playing. Nope, that rule is for the wolves only. Oh, okay. It's just because when they translate it to Sovereign of Beast, Beast is a lot more generic, so I figured it meant all of the animal spirit people. Rubio, Don Alberto is holding a banquet for Familia Bellone. We'll need the best food. Could it really be Saluzzo? Rubio? Oh, it's nothing. But let me think. Ordinary hospitality won't do when the Bellones are involved. Please inform Don Alberto that it would be my honor to prepare the banquet personally. I eagerly await his response. Sovereign of Wolves should have been the translation, I think. Well, yeah, because Lupi and Lupo. Well, yeah, Lupi is plural for Lupo, right? And Lupo means wolf. So, it should have really been Sovereign of Wolves. I eagerly await his response. In Colombia, a show of kindness by a mafioso often results in the subject becoming a chip in a bargain. The more one cares, the higher the cost. In Syracusa, subjects may take their last breath on a dark, rainy street. The more one cares, the greater the pain. One must become cold and heartless. Texas knows that well and detests it. I'm sorry. No need to apologize to me. You can leave after some paperwork if you want. Procedurally, you're no longer a suspect. I wonder what Lavinia's doing to kind of, you know, hand wave the fact that she claimed to be the villain. Because bear in mind, legally speaking, it's actually against the law to falsely confess to a crime. So I wonder what she has to do to hand wave that to kind of make people ignore the fact that she did originally claim it was her that did it. No, it's not. It is, isn't it? Isn't it one of the obstructions of justice? If you claim to be the one that was responsible for a crime, it stops the procedure. No? Oh. Maybe I've been watching too many crime shows then. Maybe they've been getting that wrong. I'm fairly certain I've seen people get punished for it. I'm German, we don't have this BS. Oh, maybe that's an American thing then. Or maybe I'm just bullshitting. I could be bullshitting. Probably some American BS. I don't think so. I don't know. It could just be... It could have been some TV thing then that I saw at one point and thought, I guess that makes sense, maybe. I'm not worried. It's quieter here in jail. Haven't you given up yet? Do you really think your old friend did it? It's her style. I don't see the motive. Then it's not time to give up. Oh, so she's not convinced either. Signorina Lavinia. Familia Rosati sends word that Signor Wallich would like to speak with Signorina Delinia. That was a lot of Italian in one sentence. Well, no wrist. No wrist. Okay. No rest for the wicked. Lavinia realizes that Tex has put something in her pocket as she passed by. She reaches into it and finds a phone number. Finds a note. There is a phone. Game! I was joking! Game! I was joking about the phone number. What? Oh, someone needs to clip that, please. I can't. Okay. There is a phone number and a short message scribbled in the corner. Call me sometime or something, I don't know. Penguin Logistics deliveries, rain or shine. Okay, it wasn't as accurate as what I thought it would be. Okay. Oh god. That was amazing, I love it. Senor, you have to sleep. Can you at least put your legs down? Hmm? Are you talking to me? Please don't do the taxi driver thing. Talking to me? Talking to me? Who else? How could you sleep in the theatre? And put your feet up like that. How rude. I'm not blocking you, am I? Oh, their link. Oh, I don't think it's showing up on my end. Anyway, it's fine. I'll look at it later. I'm not blocking you, am I? No, but it's really off-putting to have someone so rude beside me. Alright, I'll put my legs down. Hey, why do you have food with you? Oh, come on. You're not telling me you can't eat food at the theatre. You've always been able to eat food at the theatre. We don't sell food here. Yeah, brought it from the corner. I brought it at the corner store since you don't sell popcorn here. Is it your first time here? A friend suggested I come here to relax. What do you think of the performance? I don't really understand what's going on. Why are they doing that? Escort this gentleman out. He's not welcome here. Hey, I bought the ticket. Give him a refund. Oh, at least it's doing that. Right away. Come with us, senor. And get the hell out. Hey, I saw him when the show started. I thought he was some rich boy out to experience society. Turns out it's just a poor cazzo who knows nothing about opera. Did you like what they were doing on stage? Alright, his review said he got kicked out. Oh yeah, that was him. Of course, the actors look nice. And the songs were beautiful. Is that what they call art? Fix the bars, pleb. Pleb? Pleb? I have only ever seen that in video games. Like in chat rooms. I suppose it is actually a word. Pleb, isn't it short for something? I know. Oh yeah, here's your ticket money. Don't you dare say we took it. Plebeian, yeah. What's that? Want to do this the hard way? Hey, this guy's strong. I need some help here. Something's not right with his eyes. My arm, it's gonna break. Hold it right there. Just let it go. Don't waste your time with a capsule like that. Come on, let's get you bandaged up. Sorry, Signorina Lavinia. Doesn't look like this is something for me. Yes, I find a bar to get myself drunk. Then spend the night at a porno theatre. Well, at least they're honest. Bold of hypergriff to write it, though, but okay. Want a drink? Turned around and looked in the direction the voice came from. He sees a man leaning by the side of the alley, taking a bottle in his hand. Oh, come on, show the face. It's probably Dimitri. I think he wanted to see him. Or something like that, I can't remember. Oh yeah, porno theaters were a thing. Oh yeah, I remember sort of, but I just wasn't expecting him to just come out and say that. Want an explanation, Lapland? Isn't this what you wanted? Help the Blondes when they're the weakest. Control them and dominate them rather than destroy them. I thought I taught you what to do at times like... Oh, I forgot. It's been years since I left, you know. I can have you ignoring the business I gave you. Or you going against me. You're my daughter, after all. I'm a forgiving man, but I can't let you go over my head and make decisions for the Familia. I love how he's still holding the orange. I like to think that it's the same orange, and somehow it just hasn't rotted in this entire time. He just holds it like one of those stress balls. I am Don of our Familia. 7 years ago, I kicked you out of this. 7 years later, you came back and did it again. You knew it would infuriate me. You knew It was the only thing that could infuriate me. Did you do it? Filia Mia? What does that word mean? It's my something, but daughter? No, probably not. It is daughter. That is like that is probably one of the few Italian words I've seen where it doesn't seem similar to Spanish. Like that, I did not see that as being that word. Interesting. Because nothing else brings me joy, Padre mio. What's the difference between mio and mia? Oh, male and female, but it's possessive. So my thing that is gendered female in the language mia, my thing that is gendered male in the language mio. Interesting. Okay. I wanted to know if it's really your position that matters most. Always wanted to know. Oh. Lapland raises herself from the ground with great effort. Ooh. I kind of get the feeling he's the only one that can do that and get away with it. Lapland raises herself from the ground with great effort. Her face is full of joy, as though this is what she came back to Syracusa for. Wow, that immediately. Time's up, boss. That'll be all for today. That's all. You defied me. You're still my daughter. You know what I want better than anyone. All you're missing is discipline. My fault for not educating you properly. Ah, yes, see, I didn't beat my daughter enough when she was younger, therefore this is why she's not doing as I say. So all the Signore de Lupe live amongst us? No. He's the only one that involves himself in human society. The rest of them stay out of the wilderness. Why? He believes that the authority over man is a form of power. He wants to use it to triumph over the other Signore. So he wants you to overthrow Signora Cecilia, become the de facto ruler of Siracusa, and help him win his fight with his kind. You, me, the entire Familia, all tools to him. You think I was going to accept that? How could you accept being a puppet your entire life? Figlio mio. Okay, son. There's one thing you misunderstood. He taught me how to win power, just as I taught you. Using it to defeat the other Fangs is just a part. Every decision I made, including what I'm doing now, is my own. How can you be sure? No, he's serious. Look at him. The strength of his character. He's no puppet. I've been beating my child. I've been beating my child. There we go. So thoroughly. Why has she betrayed me the first chance she gets? It's like, oh no, if it isn't the consequence of my own actions. We're each other's tools. Instruments for our mutual victory. That's all. Boss, the Salutas have sent their invitation. Don Alberto would like Signor Leon to attend his banquet. I've lost count of how many times you sighed today, Sora. Can't be helped, considering what's happened at the trial. How about we raid the prison? I lost your darn mind? Well, at least we'd get to see her. I wouldn't recommend it. Hey, her. The Donna. Donna or Donne? Donna. Donna, Donna, Donna. What are you doing here, Miss Katerina? That's my line, Sora. Why are you out here? It's dangerous. I live nearby. You do? Did you get scammed? It's fine. You got me and Ixu. Who's this, Sora? Oh, I met Katerina a few days ago at the theatre. Well, I guess it's fine if you have friends you can count on. What about you? Oh, don't worry about me. A noisy place like this is conducive to my creative work. Creative work? Hey, the playwright behind La Morte de Texas is named Katerina too. Could you be... Good job. Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh, wow, no wonder you knew so much about the Texas family. Yeah, sure, let's say that's the reason why. I read that one. Even I could tell it was... What the hell is that word? A humdinger? Humdinger? Humding? Of a script? Okay. That's got to be some southern US bullshit words that I do not know of. Can I get your autograph? Sure. Not that it's worth anything right now. Le Morty. Le Morty. I don't know why that's making me laugh so much. Le Morty de Texas is going to be a blockbuster. You can bet on that. Thanks. Back to what you just said. You look like you can take care of yourselves, and it wouldn't put it past you to actually get it done. If it was any other Syracusan prison. But things aren't so easy here in Volcini, with Lavinia around. The eyes of the Familia are on that place. You don't know what trouble you might stir up if you act rashly. We were just kidding around. You didn't look like you were. May I ask a question? Okay. Do you know Linnea well? Okay, this is going to be interesting. There's an unwritten rule in art and writing. You can base your work on the Familia, but you can't mention a real Familia by name. I've heard that. I'm assuming Texas is the exception because it's a dead Familia that doesn't exist anymore. But somebody put La Morte de Texas out there. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I should shut my whole mouth and continue on with the story first before talking. That's probably the same for real life too. They do have movies on mafia families, but I think those particular families don't exist anymore. So probably, yeah. Like, I know there are some mafia movies that actual members of the mafia worked on to make sure that it was as close to what actually happened as possible. But again, I think that's because the family got dissolved and arrested and all that, so it probably doesn't matter. The first work used the name of a real Familia. And that means the Familia aren't trying to stay in the shadows anymore. They're out to take the center stage. And all thanks to the Colombians. A lot's changed since the Colombians got mixed up in the Siracusan art scene. Unscrupulous artists, or rather craftsmen, pumped out work that's starting to stink. They're not making observations about life, they're making pale imitations of it. As long as audiences are willing to shell out money for it, everyone's a critic. Just a mosaic of pop culture. That was popular yesterday shows up in theatres tomorrow. What's popular yesterday? Mans is basically just talking about Marvel. Real quality is buried under garbage, which becomes all you find when you look for art. Okay, no, he's basically just talking about Hollywood in general nowadays. Isn't that terrible? If it's what everybody likes, then what you call art sounds like garbage. Something like that, but not everyone. There are those who would like to keep good art from being buried. They don't know how to fight the tide. That old-timey opera didn't appeal to me. But you never escaped the past, did you? Who are you? Ben, I refuse to say the name out loud fully out of pure spite. You'll find my name in the review section of Bolsini Arts Weekly. He acts like a private detective, but he's basically just a movie critic. He is literally like the gaming journalists who go out and act as if they're real journalists of big popular news articles. When in reality, they're just saying about how a game is shit because it's more than 10 hours long. Just call me Ben. Ben, I've got my thoughts about what Syracuse has become. People up high say we ought to solve our problem in more civilized ways. But when I try to do something all civilized, it turns out the same way it always did. Why do we fool ourselves like that when we don't actually have to? I need to reset my feet. Oh, God. I don't know if I slowly raised up or not, but if I did, that may have been because my seat has been slowly sinking as I've been streaming. My chair is actually broken now, so it constantly sinks down. I need to get it replaced, but money. Anyway, why do we fool ourselves like that when we don't actually have to? The Familia know how things are The Familia know how things are trending, but no one wants to give what they already had. Oh god, that's want to drink. Now that wine is not cheap. Not. And this is a cheap pizzeria. It is. God, it's such a hipster. It's bringing like good stuff from other places. Why pair a wine like that with pizza like that? Because the wine is worth the same as the pizza to me. Okay, either the wine is bad or the pizza's good. The wine is certainly finely made, but just as much care was put into growing the wheat that ended up in this pizza. How pretentious. It really is. I've only met someone like this once in my life, but God, did I want to punch him. Anyway. Is there really that much of a difference in value between them if you take away the trappings of civilization? You believe in these things. Trappings of civilization. Like the label on this wine. slap it on something, and you're free to feed on the people whom you've fooled. I mean, he's kind of ignoring the fact that different brands and different methods of preparing wine or food or anything in general. Like, look, have some expensive wine and have some cheap as shit wine, and you will know the difference. You do not have to be a pretentious snob to know the difference. You drink a bottle of cheap wine, you are gonna have one of the worst hangovers ever the next day. You can go bottles of expensive wine and not feel anything. It's like, you know, there is an actual difference between quality and cheap stuff. It isn't just, oh, you know, these things were grown and there and everywhere and all that bullshit. You're not paying for the grapes, you're not paying for the wheat, you're paying for how it's made, paying for the establishments, all that sort of stuff. So anyway, in case it's not obvious, I don't like hipsters and these kind of the people. Really reminds me of the monologues of Evil Within. Yeah, he really does just remind me of that character, not gonna lie. Yeah, he kind of ignores the production and only focuses on the ingredient. Yeah, that's the thing, because it's like, you're not paying for the stuff that went into it. You're paying for the craftsmanship. You're paying for the people that worked on it. And, you know, however long they've done. Yeah, but like, when is 1k of wine worth? So there is still a precedent for some of that very expensive wine because, again, there are processes and there are years of aging and stuff like that. And it's sort of like, I think there is a point now where it does come too much, but at that point, it's more so there's specific things. So, like, you tend to find that the most expensive wines are also the oldest. And that makes sense because, you know, you don't have much quantity of those things. So they do, at that point, it becomes more of a demand rather than a thing. Yeah. Isn't there a YouTube series where people trade their stuff with a good chef? Yes. So think of something like a lower end chef works with high quality ingredients and a higher end chef works with the lower quality ingredients, something like that. Like the label of this on this wine. Slap it on. Okay, yeah, I've seen a bit. So, Chalinia fled to Lungman, and you are her friends. Hard to believe, isn't it? No, I believe it. You a wine snob? Wine isn't my favorite drink when it comes to alcohols, but I just know a decent amount about the process. But bear in mind, I live in a country that does wine, so it's kind of something you see. You can't drive past the road without seeing at least some vinery or vineyard or whatever they're called. No, I believe it. Really? First, there's no need for you to lie. Second, I always thought there was a chance, he was still alive. Now I understand why she suddenly showed up. I guess she made a deal with the Blones, and now she's here to pay her debt. Definitely sounds like her. But what a coincidence it is that you found the Compania dell'Alba. Or perhaps it's no coincidence. Okay, I will admit I do actually like apple juice. Like that was... I do drink spirits, I do drink beers, I do drink wines. Yeah, you're right, you're right, I do like apple juice. It is actually my favorite juice. Anyway. What's special about that company? Nothing, it's nothing. Compagnia dell'Alba is a good place to start if you want to get close to Familia Bellone. Well, yeah, because it's owned by the Familia Bellone. so much for the, oh yeah, he's a director that just, you know, there. He's a director that just wants to do directing, but, you know, he has to be with some family, so it might as well be the Bellones. No, he is the Bellone. Anyway. Also, hello, Still. Welcome in. How was Godfather? Which one did you watch? The first one or one of the other ones? Bernardo literally looks like the Godfather. Yeah, I mean, yeah. He does. First. Oh, nice. But, well, come with me. Hello, cat. What's this place? Also, yes, I can eat. Forget it. Where's this place? It's my home. You are the Donna of a Familia. This is not your home. This is where you've been staying. Ah, gosh. Also, hello. Wow. Books and papers everywhere. Sorry about that. I didn't have time to clean up. Take this, Sora. The key. Yes. It can be dangerous outside. Come here if you want to practice. Also, relationship with Dimitri ended. Leon Duzzo is now best boy. It's quieter there, and I have plenty of scripts you can look at. I'm best boy. Oh, shush cat. You are best boy in real life. Oh, do you come? Okay, Dom, you don't have to expose me like that. But just think of it as making a new friend. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. There's no stage here. Catchush. Hey, Lappy. Oh, this is going to be a train wreck. Hey, that's not true, Knight. I'm not one for the tentacly fish people. Well, no, I'm not one. I'm not one for the tentacly fish people eat though. That's where I draw the line in the sand. Maybe, possibly. Are you glad this is a 3-week event? Oh god, yeah. Okay, let me just skip and then read up to the top again. Ah, there we go. Go. Don't disappoint me. Arrivederci, padre mio. And buongiorno. Buon pomeriggio. Pomeriggio. And buonanotte. Notte, not norte. It's not north, it's night. And with that, Lapland takes a step back, salutes her seated father, overly respectfully, turns around, and walks out the room. She is just speaking Italian. She's basically just saying every single greeting in the Italian language. Like, it wasn't even a consistent sentence. It was just so long, farewell, bye. Yeah, good morning, good evening, good night. And, well, yeah, goodbye, good morning, good evening, good night, or something like that. Several of the mafiosi in the hall breathe a sigh of relief. One man steps forward and stands behind Alberto. Pace? 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 Oh, yeah? Capiche? No. No. Capiche? Wait. Okay, yeah, we normally say capiche if we're doing that. Do you actually pronounce the E in Italian? No. I've got something to show you off screen. Okay. Because we always say capiche, but I've been told that you don't drop letters. So I'm guessing capiche? Or maybe, I don't know. But then what's this one? Capisce? Capisce? I don't know. Capisco. Okay. Interesting. So, okay, so one is, do you understand? One is, I understand. Or you not necessarily understand, but, you know, like that sort of thing. Like, you know, agree, something like that. I almost forgot I had something to tell you. What? The figure follows Lapland, also disappearing down the hall. Let me tell you again why I'm here. I've got a debt to collect for a certain someone. You've paid off the principal, now comes the interest. The dull thud of bodies falling to the ground echoes through the room. We killed our contact, rather? You're adorable. Cat! Ugh. Just different tone. I'm assuming it's... I'm thinking it's more so the verb conjugation. So if would be directed at you, or would be myself. Oh, in English, I mean... Oh, yeah, in English, yeah. In English, I suppose direct translation would be you understand, I understand, but in reality it would just be understood? Yeah, understood. Anyway, moving on. He's in no hurry to head back to report his mistake. Caution told him to stay in position and continue observing, and he dared not approach to inspect the body until long after Lapland left. He quickly realizes another problem. The body is still alive, and opens his eyes. You really took the bait, after all. Alberto sent someone keep tabs on me, huh? Lapland picks up the weapon at her feet and squints at the man in front of her. Hey, what's your favorite dessert? Who is that? Oh? Just wait for Karma's bloodline of combat to begin. Huh? Oh. Don't worry, with reading Lapland, it's just getting rid of some people. Yeah. Who's that? Signorina Lapland? That's right, there's no mistaking her. The car wash worker puts down the bottle of wine in his hand and looks at the shadow of his knife beneath the moonlight. Fun. He passes out between the bottles. Of course he does. He's got a side story? Okay. Ooh. A stage. I might as well do this one. Back alley. Oh, oh. Oh, there's a point. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's this one.
Save us a lot of time if you just surrender.
Okay, I'm gonna have to settle for Gavial.
I'll take the lead. The rest is up to you guys.
Solid positioning.
Dan Brown, aka John Wick. Yeah, no joke. Wait, that does cover them. Yes, it does. You get a side story. You get a side story. Everyone gets a side story. There we go, just some double healing. Nice, and then she can silence him, rather. Not he can silence her, that would be awful. Oh god, can you imagine if that happened?
Doctor, face me!
戦う時は無理しない。
医者の言葉はしっかり聞いて。
Just try me!
There we go. He and Visto. Yeah. But it doesn't matter, because once he's seen, he can still be silenced. That was kind of why I did the double healing, because I know all of that together would have been a bit much. I should really change out Arknights, seeing as I'm not actually dealing with any, you know, elemental stuff. Recompense there. Old photograph. Ooh. Is that a baby Texas? Not Texas, sorry, baby Lapland. An old photo. The little girl in it is dressed impeccably in formal attire. Her somewhat naive eyes looking not at the camera, but the person standing beside it. Were it not for the striking similarities, no one would believe this was an old photo of Lapland. Please say that we get to see it in full somewhere. Oh, another. Of course, Lapland's side story has multiple stages back to back. This one again.
Some people just can't live and let live.
Fear not! Here I come!
Solid positioning.
Ah. Ah. Okay.
医者ならここに。ここだよ。
安心して背中を預けていいよ。
Got it. Down you go.
Relax! It'll be over in an instant! Just try me!
Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, I can afford to do this.
ちょっとからかっ
Freeze.
I mean, I don't have to, it's just get them dead quicker. He takes 3, yes.
Parade! Just try me!
And then there's... Okay, there we go, that's done. I love how the saxophone just goes in every time.
Mission accomplished.
Yeet.
Smidollati.
More. Alright, 3 stars. While defeating none of my business. Also, yeah, Lapland's entire side story has been literally just fighting. And I feel like that is
Let's go!
incredibly accurate.
Speaking of which, what was our objective again?
Save us a lot of time if you just surrender.
That is a lot of people.
Fear not! Here I come!
Oh, it's this one again.
ちょっとからかってあげようっと。アップルパイ。
Yeah, meteorite. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna have the time. Oh no, I might. Just get it in range. Ooh, that was nice.
ロックンロール。
Well, that's them done. Lapland, why would you do anything else? True. Have any of them actually reached Gaviol yet? Oh, she's not getting healing. Healing. I forgot that. I forgot there was people shooting.
Fire.
I love the way these guys run with their little dagger out. Like, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. There we go. This is that none of my business guy.
ロックンロール。
Understood.
This gavel of justice is waiting.
Oh wow. Okay.
Siate pronti.
Relax! It'll be over in an instant!
パラージュ。
There we go. I don't know who died just then, but okay.
Let's grab a nice dinner after we clean up the battlefield. My treat.
I'm getting loads of objectives. Recompense there. Oh, there is more. God damn. Did you get it? I did. You asked me to follow you to the Siracusano estate just to grab a few old photos. I brought 3 of my best knives, all of which went to prying open some boxes. Lapland does not answer. He reaches out and rummages through a pile of photos. Ah, there it is. She runs her fingers over the photo and lets out an unpleasant portal. Look at that itty-bitty face of yours. Cute and innocent. What was going through your little noggin back then? Okay, either that's a photo of herself that we've already seen, or that's maybe like Texas or something. Her in Texas, I don't know. Oh god, it keeps bouncing around. Here we go. Oop. Alright, another soliloquy here. The smoke from the burning photo brushes out a grey and white must beast in the grass. Oh, there's another little fellow here. Oh, that's... I don't know why I said that as a narrator. Lapland lifts it by the back of its neck and looks at the panicked beastling with its feet dangling in the air. You scared? How about that feeling of being airborne? Getting carried around by the scruff... Oh. Getting carried around by the scruff of your neck. Losing control of your body. Nobody likes that, right? As if to prove her words, the mush beast opens its mouth to try and bite Lapland's finger. Yes, just like that. All you can do is fight back, right? She lets the mush beast rest in the palm of her hand. Did you know I once kept a buddy who looks just like you? I got it the cutest little cage, finest food, and even fluffy sawdust to nap on. Even dress it up nice and pretty, but The must beast, that is really difficult to say, cannot understand human language. It simply sniffs around Lapland's hand. The more I look at you, the more I see the resemblance. How about you come home with me? He throws the rest of the photos into the fire. The tongues of flame rolling over the already blurred faces. I feel like I'm going to be feeling bad for Lapland the more I find out about her. She picked up a rat. I'm assuming, yeah, like a rat or a hamster or some sort. The place can hardly be called a hideout. It's nothing but a random shack where Lapland occasionally meets Capone and Gambino. Today, she comes by only to give the must-beast food and water, but she doesn't even need to open the door to know what's going on inside. A strong burning odour rushes into her nostrils. Only the door remains in its original form. Oh. Oh. Oops. Oh. Somebody's coming. Let's get out of here. He kicks open the door, and inside is chopped with thick smoke, and the must-beast cage had been set in the middle of the table is turned over. She soon walks out, weapons in hand. I don't think they walked out afterwards. She turns into John Wick just then. They killed my pet, prepared to die. No, I just got that in my head. Hello, my name is Lapland Saluzzo. I killed my pet, prepared to die. Oh, of course that's going to be in my head now. Oh, none of my business again? Okay. I should probably have brought support to slow him down. Odd. What is this? Okay, nothing. It's just a piece of tile.
Fear not! Here I come!
Wait, there's a line here. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. God, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to have to put someone there. Oh no, they go out that way. Never mind. You need to stop doing that.
Solid positioning.
Doctor, relax! It'll be over in an instant!
Oh no, he's going to go right in. Oh my god. Okay, so he goes down that way. I'm going to need some more stuff.
Understood.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Come on, guys, can you walk in, please? Guys.
Get back!
Guys. Okay.
I'll charge. Who's next?
I'm going to put you there as the last line of defense. What the hell are you? Oh, you need healing. 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 Okay, never mind.
Alright then.
Come on, heal up.
Whatever you say.
Get your SP faster. Bastard. Oh, fuck off. I mispressed the button. You need to die. Quickly. There you go.
Doctor? Ah! Kick ass!
Freeze!
Okay.
負傷者ゼロだ
Well, that was a thing.
さすがはドクターの指揮頼りになるよ
There's more? Oh, there's options here. Now isn't that something? Everything else burned away, but you're still here. She holds an old photograph in her hand. Press. In it, a silver-haired girl, about 10 years of age, dressed meticulously in syracusa attire, a serious and stoic expression chiseled into her face. The girl's eyes are not looking at the camera, but rather at the side. Carissimo padre mio. She presses the photo to her chest, whispering to herself as if it were in a dream. Ever since I was little, as the heir of Familia, I was taught how to behave, how to speak, and how to talk to the wise guys to command more authority. At time, I didn't realize you were more than just my father. You were Don Saluzzo. I thought I would be free if I rebelled against you, but I came to realize you were also controlled by the Familia. Spiacente. Controlled? You wouldn't see it that way. She tears the photo into little pieces, until only her young, naive face remains. She looks into her own eyes. Of course, you think that's how things should be. That's what Don should be. Of course, his daughter is not just his daughter. She is also the future Donna. Don't I look like just a fragile little foul beast forced to lug around sharpened claws? I really did love that gift, Father. I cherished it more than words can express. She tosses the shreds of paper into a pit like confetti. A small child must be already lying in there. And in the end, you still died. This still won't burn. I have no hope of escape. I cherished so much, but you died at the hands of Carissimo Padre Mio yet again. Those eyes seem to peer up at her from within the flames. Odd. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Oh, I've actually got him now.
お前がドクターだな。俺はベッローネファミリーの。いや。
Wait, what do you mean?
もうどこにもないんだったな。だが、それと引き換えにシラクーザに確信をもたらしたんだ。そして。
No, okay. I was not expecting to get spoiled by the actual in-game stuff. God damn it. Bruh. God, if you're gonna have that as the intro line, have him be available when you complete the story then, or something like that. Don't have that as something that you can get literally at the very beginning. God damn it. Okay. Old laws cannot be shaken without the courage to abandon and sacrifice. Alright, let's have a look at this place. Oh, we literally just did this one. Oh, we literally just did this one. Oh god, it's gonna be those things again. It's not gonna tell me though, is it? No. Would be best for this. don't really think I have anyone that would be best for this, to be honest. We'll get into it. Though I considered the possibility that Leon Tutsu was trying to pull a fast one on me behind my back. My suspicions were confirmed the moment I saw you. You're the real deal. A flesh and blood Texas. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wallach of Familia Rosati. You're Colombian? Of course. Most associates of Familia Rosati are. So, how did you enjoy prison life here? There was nothing special about it. His name is so weird to me. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if it's Wallach, Wallis, Wallish. Also, hello, Ezra. Strange. Logically, you never should have spent so long in jail in the first place. What was Bologna thinking? There's something unusual about obeying the law. Law? What do the courts here in Siracusa have to do with the so-called law? Look at it this way. In most Syracusan cities, standing trial and going to jail is a common coming-of-age ritual for a young mafioso. After that, his familiar associates go pick him up, like a warrior returning home triumphant. That is actually a thing that happened, isn't it? In mafia stuff, when they did get arrested because they couldn't really hold them onto anything, they just came and bailed them out because, you know, mafias were rich. And in places like America, you can literally just pay your way out of jail. Everything on the surface here is meaningless to those who live by the underworld's ways. What's your point? You grew up in Colombia. Do I need to spell it out for you? How are you enjoying Story Nights? I am really liking it so far, not gonna lie. Complete joke. There's no other way to say it. But that's why we were able to establish ourselves here so easily. You enjoyed talking politics. You obviously don't. To be honest with you, I'm not a fan either. Wallachia is a historical name for Romania. Oh, interesting. I'll get to the point then. Why aren't you dead? Okay. None of your business. This is the most awkward conversation I've ever seen. Fine. Let me ask you a different question then. Why did you come back? Didn't Leon Tutsu already tell you? I owe the Bolognes a favor. So, let me get this straight. You know the Bolognes wanted to bring you back to deal with us Rosatis, but you still went along with it? I didn't know that until I got here, but you could say that. Your bluntness makes me wonder if there's something wrong with me. Last of the Texas, so... Are you going to tell me you forgot the Texas name used to rule all of Colombia's familia, large and small? That your grandfather, Salvador, was the lodestar for every associate of every familia in Colombia? Damn. I didn't realize he was actually yelling it. He's giving a full-on lecture. Okay. What the Texans left behind has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with you? That coffee table has glass on the thing. I'm surprised you didn't shatter it. Wallach smashes his fist into the coffee table next to him. Fresh blood begins to seep from his fingers. He does not seem to realize it, You are Chilinia Texas, the granddaughter of Salvador. As long as you live, those things have everything to do with you. The mere mention of your name at the Rosati table forces us to change the way we do things. Texas was our pride. Do you know how much effort Giovanna put in to reunite the remaining Colombian Familia? So that Salvador's blood and sweat would not go to waste. Do you have any idea what it's like to finally give in to Senora Cecilia, traveling thousands of miles to go from Colombia to Siracusa? In order to survive, we even gave up the technology to build a nomadic city, basically letting Siracusa construct a new one of 3. That was all because of the fall of Texas. It left us no choice but to accept this reality. And now, the last Texas deign to set foot here, like your own damned place. Claiming that you have nothing to do with all of this. That you're just here to pay off a debt. You even go so far as to stand against us. You owe the Bolognas? That you're even alive means you owe a much bigger debt to the Colombian Familia. I might owe Giovanna an explanation, but I don't owe a thing to the Colombian. After I settle my accounts with Bolognas, I'm leaving Syracuse. You think we'll just take your word for it? Your very existence shakes the foundations of Familia Rosati. Where's Giovanna? What? I'm asking, why are you here instead of Giovanna? I need to put my chair up again. Yeah. Feel the chair thinking every now and then. I speak for her. She wouldn't, for example, grovel at Senora Cecilia's feet. Same as she wouldn't send a representative to meet me. You think you know her so well? Judging from your expression, looks like I'm right. Ooh. Isn't that unlucky? Turns out I'm the one who doesn't know enough about the legendary Texas. I always thought I was a pretty good actor. You're not bad. But you speak eloquently and at great lengths about Syracusa, as if you've seen through the country for what it is. It feels very familiar to me. I wouldn't keep doing that if I were you. Why not? Because it proves you don't understand this place well enough. But you're right about one thing. Now that I'm back, I should go and have a chat with Giovanna. That's an interesting bit of information. Sir, are you, useful, if you catch my drift? Anyway, back to the story. You won't be seeing her. Sorry about this. Last of the Texases. Bold of you to think that this is going to work. You're too much like a Syracusan. No, you are Syracusan, through and through. I cannot let you see the Donna. You'll shake her, and you'll shake others too. Let's bring ruin. You'll bring ruin to a great many things. So, please turn back. Go close the deal you have with the Bolognas, and crawl back to wherever you came from. You're free to do whatever you want from here. But I'll ask you to bear one thing in mind. Familia Rosati does not welcome you. Texas stands up and walks to the door. Unconsciously, the would-be assassins part and make way for her. He looks around, reading anger, bewilderment, disgust, confusion, and other emotion in the eyes of the Colombian. That is what her surname brings to the table. Texas. She lets out a sigh and exits the room. True, I could probably do that for the next time I stream. Oh. What an unexpected guest. I want to see Bernardo. I've already warned you several times before not to call the Don by his first name, Signorina Lavinia. You know where he is, don't you? Give me one reason why I should tell you. I'm standing here listening to you mock me from your position as a big winner is enough to get you to tell me I'll gladly play along. Oh, if, rather. The big winner, huh? Whatever. It's not like you knowing will do any harm. The Don already left the Saluzzo mansion. You won't be able to see him. If you want to stir up trouble in his household, that's on you. But if the Don has decided to open discussion with the Saluzzos, I suggest you don't stick your head where it doesn't belong. Don't need to tell me twice. One more thing, Signora Lavinia. I don't care what you think about me. But I hope you do remember this. Leon is a made man in this Familia, and he was the first to deviate from our path. We're all one Familia, and a Familia ought to stick together. Your path. That's a nice euphemism for craven ambition. The droplet of rain strikes the ridge of the eye socket and rolls down like a teardrop. Never in her life has Lavinia experienced rain so frigid, biting, syracusa. But she promptly wipes away the streaks. It's too soon for that. Who is it? I'm looking for Penguin Logistics. That's me. Do you have the time right now? I have a moment. What services does your business offer? We deliver letters, messages, goods, and people. Rain or shine. Perfect. I have a job for you. Interesting. Oh, Dora. You went to Katerina's place after all. There are tons of resources here. And Miss Katerina even left her notes in a lot of the scripts. She's really passionate about her job, huh? Well, every Donna has to have their own hobby, I suppose. Stop sighing, won't you? Everybody knows your acting thingy ain't just another way of chasing Texas. Leastwise, you don't want to be. Right, but finding her is still our top priority. After all, Lapland is back in Siracusa, and she's been doing some pretty crazy stuff. If you think about it, it makes perfect sense. It always feels like she's there wherever Texas shows up. That's not necessarily a good thing, and god damn it, chair, stop dropping. Do you think she's doing it to help Texas? Looking at the scoreboard, Texas sure as sunshine had got her name cleared. But ain't that kind of strange, whichever way you look at it? Yes, I'm sure she has her own goals. Ugh, I don't have what it takes to deal with that woman. Anyways, she ain't no friend of Texas. Don't take a genius to know that much. But her attitude ain't much like an enemy either. End of the day, can't figure out the life of me what it is she wants out of the Texas. She talks like an old southern woman who owns a diner. You know the sad thing is, I've literally been listening to Lapland say it in English multiple times as I've been playing IS2, and I've now forgotten how to pronounce it. But the Millefula do it for come on. She gave me earlier was really good. Earlier? When did you meet her? Oh, I can't remember now. I don't want to hear nothing out of that hungry mouth of yours. Hello, Jackal. How you doing? Kind of like how I used to look at Mostima. Couldn't figure her out. But after I gradually stopped thinking about her, it actually started to make more sense. Or make sense to me, I suppose. I feel like it's the same with Lapland. For people like her, there's no point trying to guess what they're thinking. It's better to just accept the way they say it at face value. What they say at face value. Only if every word they say is true. Oh, only if every word they say is true can you start to figure out if they're ultimately trying to weave truths into a lie. You can easily tame a sanctor by giving them sweets. Time for me to get some chow. Exu, you watch over things, okay? You got it. Sora, are you practicing your lines again? Oh, hi there, Miss Catalina. We're about to start a performance of Act 2 of La Morte de Texas, so I have to step it up. Oh, completely forgot. I'm sure it has a way of sneaking up to you. Exu, would you like some pizza? Oh, sure would. By the way, Miss Katerina, since you're the playwright, you'll be coming to watch the show, right? I actually wanted to tell you that I'm going away for a while. Huh? How long? Well, it shouldn't be too long. If everything goes as planned. Don't worry, it's nothing major. Something happened back home, and as the eldest daughter, I have to go back to get everything under control. Oh, in other words, she's going to go back to the Familia to slap a fool or two. Being a big sister is hard work, isn't it? Why did you say that as if you know? Does Exu have family? It's not so bad. Or maybe she just knows people. This probably knows other people who are bigger sisters. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm still not sure what to do at the Climax factory. Exu has sister. Oh! Interesting, I didn't know that. Have I not checked her profile? Maybe I can find some inspiration back home this time. Alright. Come on. Don't look at me like that. We just won't be seeing each other for a bit. I should still be able to find time to come watch Act 2. Who knows? Maybe I'll surprise you backstage and invite you out. Really? After all, I rarely get to make new friends, and I wouldn't want to miss the performance of a script I wrote myself. You know, I don't know how much of her is authentic and how much of her is being manipulative. Because, you know, she is literally the Donna, she is literally the godfather of Rosati. It's just, I suppose they are probably the most different out of the Familias, but still, it's like, you really want to mingle with this person, if you knew who she was. Anyway, right, that settles it then. If you're coming by, you'll have to let me know. Of course. I'm off then. Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you later. There you go. Donna, you didn't bring any luggage? After we're done here, I have to head back and finish my script. What's there for me to bring? Alright. How have the Saluzos in Bologna been reacting? The Saluzos invited Leontuzzo to a banquet, and the old wolf Bernardo agreed to it. That banquet may end up very interesting, and everyone has eyes on it now. Would we respond in any way? Wallach, help me make some travel plans. I'm going to watch the opening performance of La Morte de Texas Act 2. Is the script you wrote that important to you? Of course. It is the product of my painstaking labour. Also, didn't you just ask how we were going to respond? That is my response. Seeing how Bernardo Bologna is about to step away from his own theatre, naturally, I, Giovanna Rosati, ought to return. Why does she also gives vibes of like the leader of the, you know, like the villain groups in Pokemon, like, you know, Team Rocket, Team Galaxy, or whatever they're called. She gives me the feeling of the person who's in charge of those places. Yeah, I'm just going to do what I did before.
I'll take the lead.
I might change it and have Lapland there, pointing there. Or I could put...
I'll charge the weak spots.
Okay, what do I want to do here? Yes.
This gavel of justice is weighty. There is no such thing as absolute justice, but I still invoke it.
Ah, that's going to be the problem, though.
The law is a means, not an end.
Understood.
Oh, I should have used her skill 2 as well. Oh well.
I've got a clear shot.
Remember to drink something. I'm nearly out of Coke. This is going to go badly.
Doctor, relax. It'll be over in an instant.
Okay, this time around they're actually dying quicker. They're not actually going into the thing, which is interesting.
Can crimes be punished through methods outside of the law?
Nice. Last time you pointed your range left, not down. Did I? Why did I do that? Quartiere Saluzzo. Leon. I've never been one to tell you what to do. I've always hoped you'd come to your own decisions about everything. You've done well all these years. If you really think that, then why did you suddenly decide to act now? Why are you telling me this? Why you betray Lavinia? You got penance. That's true, I put penance down over there. That did stop that flow over there. Countless questions swirl around Leontuzzo's mind. but none of them leave his lips. Just saw and heard. What he just saw and heard seems to contradict his cognition. He suddenly feels as if the man before him is not his father. He is like a stranger. God damn it, freaking chair. I keep thinking. Annoying. Because this is the best. Oh, sorry, that's it. That's not narration anymore. Because this is the best and only chance. What do you mean by that? You'll find out soon enough. Senor Bernardo, Senor Leontipso, it's a pleasure to see you. You're not one of Slutzo's associates. Secretario de Sicurezza. Aliment. Food person. Rubio, why are you... My departimento, not miento. I keep saying this. This is the third stream in a row. Karma. It's not Spanish. It's not departimiento. It's departamento. Is catering tonight's banquet. I'll be cooking personally. Oh? I've heard that in Volsini, no event worth its salt be held without the endorsement of that place. I'm not even going to bother. I'm too tired. You speak too highly of me. I'm just hoping to make food that satisfies the fine men and women of every familia. Yet another reason to look forward to tonight's banquet. Department of Food Safety. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what the word there. So it's safety of food, but yeah, food safety. That also makes, so that's also the thing. So I'm assuming Italian does the same thing that Spanish does, where they put the noun after the adjective or the adverb or whatever it is. So food safety becomes safety of food, or safety food if you were to translate it directly. You came. Where is he right now? He went to the Saluzzo mansion. Okay. You're not going to ask why? I can tell that Bernardo is very important to you. When I became a judge, he didn't ask me to abuse my position to protect the Familia back in me, like all the other judges. He let me do what I wanted to do. Leon too. As the Bologna boss in this city, he respects my work and the brands of justice I seek to uphold. Even if I rule against the Bolognes, he sees it as strictly business. I don't object to his understanding of justice. He even spends some of his spare time reading law literature. Yeah, I've seen that bit. Even so, as a judge, I still have to come face to face with the injustices that constantly plague the city. The power struggles between the Familia, their opposition of the common folk, and the silent rage of the masses. The more I try to uphold justice, the more difficult I realize my path was. I used to comfort myself that at least I'm not the tool of some Familia. But how could that be true? My hands are already dirty. I just didn't want to admit it. It's impossible not to get your hands dirty, even if this seems silly to you. The promise Bernardo made to me was the only reason I was able to remain judge in Siracusa. Promise. He once told me that after Familia Bologna emerged victorious, he would carve out a piece of land in Siracusa. There, the law I placed my faith in no longer rely on pure power, where justice is sought, where justice I sought could truly be realized. His hope, I could be patient until that day comes. Every time I start to think I can't bear it anymore, I think of his promise. Tell me, if all of this is a lie, then what purpose has my life had for the past 10 years? I think, given his power and status, he wouldn't need to lie to you like that. Really? Oh, right? Sorry. Right, that's why... Who is it? Huh? I am Judge Lavinia. I would like to speak to Don Alberto regarding the murder of Karachi. Your Honor, the Don is entertaining an honored guest right now. He doesn't have time to... By honored guest, you mean Bernardo Bologna? Please, inform the two Dons that this matter is of great importance. I will not leave until I see them. Oh, she is brave, I gotta admit. Please, try this one. I learned it from a Lifanian chef. Not bad, not bad. Times really have changed, Bernardo. In the old days, whenever we wanted something, it was all, we must have it. I'll kill anyone who gets it in my way. Now, I need to find officials or businessmen who are on good terms with me and ask them to get it for me. Be discreet about it. Be discreet about it too. Wouldn't want news to get out. Ridiculous. Why do I get the feeling they're both going to be planning this? Isn't that right, Rubio? Anything you desire can be yours, Don Alberto. For one to be called upon to get what you want isn't, it's his honor. Segretario Rubio, you must have seen plenty. You must have been plenty lucky yourself to fill that position. I didn't have that kind of luck, which is why I had to go about it this way. I'm just a clown currying favor with the bosses. Look at this guy, always talking himself down. The fact you're even here today is enough proof of your worth. You're right, Don Alberto. Alright, Bernardo. We've spent enough time changing pleasantries. Let's get down to business. Defeat the Huns. You want to do what the Dodic Familia have always wanted to do, but never had the gut. Take her down. And sure, you have my support. But you've only just muddied the waters. If you really want to overthrow her, you're a long way away. The fact that you even dared to come to this dinner shows that the cards are still in your hand. So tell me, what exactly do you plan to do? Alberto, what do you think about Familia Rosati? Rosati? They've got ambition. Familia Rosati isn't alive today just because Giovanna's standing up as Salvadore's successor. Someone must think the legacy of Nexus' name, old Salvadore's knack for unification, was an invaluable asset. If you ask me, the liability. Charisma this, charisma that. In the end, money is what talks. It's the only thing that'll get anyone to give a damn about you. You're right. Also wrong. From where we stand, there are always methods of convincing people. And to be fair, I do somewhat admire Giovanna. While the Texas legacy did make for a liability, she took it up willingly and managed to make it her own. It's true that Rosati have depended on the wealth and connections they've accumulated, but they have gone too far. In what way? You really think she wants to hand over the key to the new city to either of our Familia? We've been jostling for power here, but the Rosatis haven't shown the slightest interest in participating, as if they're not even here in our world. But they are the same Rosatis that took up Salvador's legacy. They handed over the technology to build a city to Siracusa. Do you really think they're bystanders? A new city built to commemorate Salvador. A new city that could change the trajectory of Siracusa. You mind putting it in plain Syracusan for me? How could I possibly be more direct, Alberto? The Duchy Familia have been battling here in Volsini, and to her, this is nothing more than beast-fighting exhibition. Don Alberto. Judge Lavinia and Chelinia. They want to see me and Bernardo. What's the meaning of this, Bernardo? They're not with... Oh? The Lutzers have never been anything but hospitable to our guests. But those who are not guests, you can deal with them according to the Lutzer way. Alright then, you heard the man? Yes, Don Alberto. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. Bernardo, I know you enjoy chatting about planned future. But I like more practical topics myself. Because you know those like the back of your hand. The people know that Lutzos never place a bet lightly. But few remember that Lutzo does place a bet. And let it when Lutzo does place a bet, he doesn't let it go lightly either. Oh. Rubio, the rest is not meant. I get it. Secretario Rubio, do you have any interest in opera? Oh, I sometimes go when I have the time. Perfect. Take this. This is a ticket to La Morte de Texas, Act 2. Yes. If it sounds like something you'd be interested in, feel free to check it out. I told you, Bernardo. Time for pleasantries is over. I'd also like to invite all Saluzos and their associates to enjoy the show together. What are you talking about? Something seems dodgy there, but okay. Time to go. To the private party. And what if I told you I must see the Dons today? The Lutzos have a particular way of showing hospitality to unwelcome guests. They split off by mitosis, apparently. I'm sorry, Chelinia. This is what I'm here for, isn't it? You dare pull your sword on a Saluzzo? Chelinia, the last of the Texas is. Are you out of your mind? Flip that one around. To kill, not for the sake of killing, but for an honest and sincere hope. Since her return to Siracusa, this is the fight that she felt like least empty to her. Okay, there we go. That is what X thinks. My theatre manager informed me that Familia Rosati has reserved a VIP box for tomorrow night's show. I mean, Walsh didn't look like he was in a VIP spot. He looks like he was just on a regular table. Actually, now that I think about it, they say they don't serve foods there, but they were in a... like, the tables were set out almost restaurant-like. Okay. My theatre manager informed me that... Oh yeah, I've already read that bit. Oh? Staging a hit in a theatre. Is that how the esteemed artistic director of Compagnia dell'Alba operates? It's just sprinkling the dressing of truth into a play. But there is one thing I still have doubts about. Giovanna has heavies from Colombia among her associates. Especially her boss in the city, Wallach. I've heard rumors of his methods. How are you sure we'll be able to bring it down together? Don Alberto. Sounds like fun. Bernardo, the judge in Texas, very much want to see us. They've already wounded some of my soldiers. They are both close friends of yours, Bologna. Care to explain? The associates of Familia Saluzzo have always been known for their bloodlust and combativeness. Alberto, if the Rosati's come to attack your home, what do you think their chances would be? Zilch. You wouldn't stand a chance. Gelinia will be the blade that runs through the heart of Familia Rosati. Oh? Well, the Rosati soldiers can't go. Gelinia can. What are you worried about? Can the Rosati stop her? Just lied. I remember you. But you totally gave up on this place. Like you never even lived here. Oh. A little bit of backstory there. My time with the Luxors wasn't so bad. Then you gotta know what it is you're... And you gotta know what it is you're doing. I do. Texas, you... Looking at the unconscious mafioso strewn around her, Lavinia can't help but be briefly lost for words. Even with all this, Texas was still holding back. She thought she had seen it all in her time dealing with the Familia, but this was beyond her comprehension. I'm glad I'm on your side. Unfortunately, it looks like this as far as we'll get. Huh? Oh. Leon? Lavinia, you shouldn't have come. I have to ask Bernardo something, face to face. The assassination on the boss of Familia Rosati has already been decided. Luzzo and Bologna will join forces. That's the decision they made. It was our decision. Where is he? Dinner just ended. My father is upstairs. You can see him, but nothing will change. Along the way, Lavinia keeps running over a million different things to say. Too many questions she wants to ask Bernardo. She imagines the countless arguments she'd have with him, as well as their outcomes. Thinks she has mustered enough anger. However, when she steps through the door, the scene she encounters shakes her to the core. Bernardo sits upright in a luxurious chair. In his hand rests a legal codex adorned with thorns and bloodied. That is actually literally a thing. The very same one as the one she holds in her hand. He lowers his head and rubs the tome lightly with his palms, as if completely unaware of the thorns digging into his hand, of the bright blood trickling down. Chaotic thoughts all freeze in that moment. In the end, thousands of words condense into one. Why? Yes. Why? The game is over, Lavinia. Also, this is an awesome art piece. That sentence alone is enough for her. Only a few moments of silence pass, but she is already sapped of all her strength. Lavinia turns to leave and does not look back, frightened of the tears about to roll from her eyes. Bernardo remains in place, uttering not a single word, as though if a single word as a few drops of his blood die on the floor.
We may
Wow.
have achieved a perfect victory, but we still can't let our guard down.
There's more to do? Oh, just explorable area. Okay. That's it. Teatro del Milano. 6. Okay. What time is it, though? 3 hours. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it here. But what I think I'm going to do is I might actually stream tomorrow. I can't necessarily guarantee, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I kind of want to do that. But yeah, I think for now I'm going to leave it. Because 6 is a good one. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5. Yeah, that'll do it. Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got things. Quickly. Nice.
Ciao, Doctor.
But yeah, so I'm going to leave it here. And yeah, so I think I will see if I'll be back tomorrow. I might do that. I think that would be fun. Or I might just do it on the Monday anyway. It depends on how I feel. But in the meantime, though, thank you so much for sticking around. And I check the wallet's pronunciation. Yes, I will. Don't worry. I'll take a look at that when before I start the stream next time. But yeah, until next time, though, I will see you all later. Bye-bye.